Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today we'll be going over the last few months for Faketober. So I'm expecting a nice and quick video, but we'll see how things turn out. So please sit back, relax, and let me take you through the last of these Faketober Fakemons. Day 27, Blossom. Okay, so I think I managed to make something more interesting with the prompt Blossom, because in all honesty, I was feeling very much so that it would end up with me doing something like a cute little flower design, and I thought that would be boring. So, here we've got ourselves a corpse flower. Meet Mimicarum. I couldn't really figure out a better name, to be honest. At the time I was writing this, I was still not fully recovered of having been sick late at night last week. And, you know, that kinda adds up. Its name comes from the word mimic and Titum arum, the other name for the flowering plant of the corpse flower. It's a corpse flower, but not just any, it's one that presents itself as a sort of feminine silhouette in the distance, requesting your help by luring you in by sweet hand movements, just fingers moving in a way to lure you close, let your guard down, and then it strikes. It's very much so in a similar sort of sense as the more gruesome type of mermaids, which would lure sailors into the water, promising them sweet nothings. It presents itself in such a way that you are actually lured into a trap, with something that looks pretty sweet or cute, but is a monster underneath, like the ice cream granny from the SpongeBob movie. Mimicarum, the Doom Bloom Pokémon. The scent released when it is blossoming stings of decay and rot, attracting insects to it in order to pollinate. It lets most do their business, though it quickly wraps up and consumes stragglers with its hand-like leaves. It has a multitude of eyes across its body. It uses them to keep watch for potential prey to lure. When it spots prey, it will release a sweet scent to lure them. Doesn't matter if they are people or Pokémon. Day 28, Fable. Okay, so Fable. Yeah, I generally gone through a whole list of fairy tales by the Grimm brothers just to find something I would think would work. I kinda wanted to do something more interesting to do. But yet, I went with Hansel and Gretel. But ironically, I think I kinda cooked. Or baked, rather. So meet Celtel. Celtel's name is a combination of both Hansel and Gretel. Oh, and they're cookies. Cookie dough? You're kinda playing with the idea of the versions of the story where they leave a trail of breadcrumbs to find their way home. Actually, maybe they're more like muffins now that I think about it. Little cupcake children? Oh my gosh, I made another cake. Are they cake or are they Pokemon? Celtel are a kind of Tendermouse-like situation, where the two make up the same Pokemon because they technically never leave the side of the other. Even though I'm not a big fan of when Pokemon makes multi-bodied Pokemon, to be quite clear. Celtel, the duo Pokemon. One never goes anywhere without the other, though the personalities might switch between the two depending on the pair, leading to the pair being recognized as one Pokemon. Their sweet aroma attracts all sorts of wild Pokemon to them. Though they are capable of avoiding most Pokemon, they struggle avoiding Convergent. Day 29, Steel type. So I've known for a good bit now that I wanted to more or less combine day 28 and 29, because there's just so many routes you can go when it comes to fables and steel types. So what I ended up doing was combining the witch in the story of Hansel and Gretel with the furnace she is pushed into at the end of the story. And as you might have noticed, I already dropped the name for this one in the text entry for Celltel. So it means Furnace. Its name is a combination of the words coffin and furnace. Yeah, it's not too clever, but it gets the job done right, even though having some difficulty pronouncing it. I try to make Furnace look as much as a fusion between a witch and a furnace as was even possible as I could. I could try to make it the pipes that come out of the old-timey furnace into the witch's hat. Oh, and it's a steel and dark type actually. Now you might say something like, "What, Jay, this clearly doesn't look anything like a dark type, it's clearly a fire type." And I'll agree, it does look like it would be a fire type, but that's because I wanted to make it look like a fire type. I mean, it's a furnace, it's effectively fireproof. Plus, it's sinister, and it's a sinister witch who meets a sinister end that kind of eats Celltel. So, I figured, what the heck, I can make this work as a dark type. Furnace, the furnace Pokemon. It relentlessly searches for Celltel to consume. Within its body, it keeps alight a flame that fuels itself, despite it not being a fire type itself. It is thought to be the souls of consumed Celltel trapped within its body. It drools out a super hot sweet syrup. It uses this drool to make candy to lure Celltel with, so it can consume the pair. The ash on top of its head appears to be almost sugary. Day 30. Grim. And now, concluding our little tale of Hansel and Gretel, the witch furnace has evolved after consuming enough Celltel. Or well, defeating, let's be PG. So when it comes to Grim as a prompt, I decided to combine the grim aspects of the Hansel and Gretel tale, plus the fact that it was written by the brothers Grimm, which made it fit even better, I think, with a very grim other witch, the Baba Yaga, who coincidentally also eats people, which now both combine into Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga itself is a combination of Baba Yaga's house and the candy-adorned house from Hansel and Gretel. Its name is pretty obviously a sort of pun on the name Baba Yaga with the word bake. Oh, by the way, I imagine this thing to be the same size as a Lowland Executor, so you know it's big. Baba Yaga, the walking home Pokémon. It hides its huge size by sitting down on the ground, hiding its legs. When unsuspecting Pokémon draw close for shelter, it will open up its gates and let them in, to never let them out again. It attracts other Pokémon with the sweets it produces and adorns itself with. If a Pokémon, especially Celltel, come close to snack on its sweets, it swallows them whole. Day 31 is a free prompt, and oh my gosh, the final days are here. So in all honesty, after deciding to do something else for the object prompt, I decided to move the original idea I had for the object prompt to the free prompt. I just felt at the time that I went pretty hard on both Pharaoh's and Maydent, their designs. So having a free prompt, which allowed me to still include the Gargle split evolution that I was working on, to today. So please let me introduce to you Locomotive. To be honest, I've been wanting to make my own spin on a colossal as a train now for a while actually. And while working on it, it became clear to me that I wouldn't really be able to pass this off as a new form of Colossal, and had me rename it as a split evolution. And honestly, I don't really have much else to say. It's a gold train. So I think it kind of speaks for itself. Local motive, the coal Pokemon. It is a lot more aggressive than its counterpart Colossal. If it becomes aggravated, it will heat up the mountain of coal it carries in its trunk. When the coal burns bright red, its body plan allows for it to quickly build up speed when it's charging at something. Domesticated locomotive can be trained to fill in for train cars to safely pull passage trains. Okay, that was the entire month of Faketober. Oh gosh, like I actually felt like it fluctuated between feeling like it would never end and actually feeling like I was just ghosting along, which feels weird. But hey, this was my first not self-imposed monthly drunk challenge thing I've ever joined. And I'm a whole experience richer now. Who knows? If you guys liked it, I could see myself doing it again in a year. I'm gonna try to keep my general thoughts to the end, with the thoughts I really want to share in a video. Trying to make changes to be a better YouTuber, if I'm even allowed to call myself that yet. So, yeah, if you did like this video, or, well, the Fakemon in this video, please let me know by dropping a like, subscribing, or by letting me know in the comments. I am currently planning on doing some changes style-wise, even though I don't have an ETA on that yet. I'm still working on it behind the scenes. Next video is gonna be the big catch-up video for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokédex, so expect a whole bunch of Fakemon in the next video. If I do get it done in time for next Saturday, which is the goal. Well, thank you so much for watching. That's it for me today. I hope to see you next time I upload. Bye-bye. Oh, and well, YouTube thinks you might like this video next.